So let's go over what was in the live stream today. The Axion Fields will be the main stage of Season 3. The Axion Fields is where the humans tried to build a second survival outpost. It remains deserted because of a void storm and unstable dimensional energy. And then they mentioned a new faction called the Legion of Breach. They are artificial life forms created by Krell. They occupy the planes of Axion along with mutated organisms from the storm. And then they said because the plains of Axion is so large, they are adding a hover bike. It is going to be slower than Bunny at first, but you can upgrade it and make it faster than any character in the game. And then they mentioned a new 8-man raid boss. It is made to match the size of Axion, so it is going to be a massive raid boss that 8 people have to take on. And they said it has a special reward and rare rewards along with it if you beat it. Next up there is the lounge. You can enter in first person mode, place your descendant that you want in there, and interact with them. They will look you in the eye. There is a bathroom, lounge, and living room, I think they said. What Krill was doing in Igris and Sigma Sector will be revealed. The newest descendant to the roster is Nell. She has telepathic abilities. She will be able to mark enemies and they will have increased skill damage and firearm damage applied to them. So it feels like she's going to be a debuffer. And then her story with her relationship with Enzo is going to be part of Season 3. Also, they talk about how many people wanted to play as her, but she was an NPC, so they couldn't. So she's the first NPC to be a Descendant. They revealed that the next Ultimate is going to be Ultimate Luna. She has 2 new Transcendent mods. One of them focuses on boosting her firearm attack, the other focuses on making her a debuffer with her rhythm, and they will be adding new songs to Luna's kit. They are adding swords to the game. They will take up 1 of your 3 weapon slots, and they have their own cores and modules you can equip to them. They will be adding a dungeon that utilizes the sword mechanics, but not at Season 3 launch. It will be during Season 3, but later. They said that the blue sword on screen is going to be released with the new boss and dungeon during Season 3, Episode 1. I should specify the glowing blue sword, not the other blue sword. They got spooked when the guy made a lightsaber joke that it was a lightsaber. Next up, they're talking about new trigger modules that will basically trigger an ability when you use it, like one that erupts a meteor shower when you shoot an enemy, like Greg's Fate. And then they mentioned that the second type of module was one that when you put it on your Descendant, it randomizes it. So it's, if you ever played Warframe, it's like a weapon ribbon, I think, except the second module type in this is called an Ancestor module. Next up, they're doing a crossover with Neir Automata. They couldn't devote that many resources to it because they wanted to have Season 3 fleshed out, they said. So it is mainly going to be skins and no story. They are adding a skin called the Gilded. They talked about how it'll be their first anniversary in July, and there will be a skin creation contest for the players, and they will have a live stream in June to show their roadmap. That was the end of it. After that, they had a live session Q&A where the first question was about randomizing colors on the Descendants. They said they weren't going to add that. Then someone asked about if you could put a dog on the new bike. You cannot. Then someone asked if they knew that Luna's feet weren't painted black like her fingernails. They said they're going to fix that. Then someone asked about arcade tuning pages and when they'll add more of them. They said they don't want power creep, so they'll add them when they can. Then someone asked them about buffing old Transcendent modules such as Ajax's Void Barrier. They said they were going to look into it. And then they talked about how they didn't believe they could reach 20,000, but they reached over 20,000, and everyone now gets all these rewards. At the end, they talked about how they were introducing a one-on-one player trading and support for new and returning players. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and goodbye.